No one had arrived yet when Toto-chan got to the door of the railroad car the headmaster had told her would be her classroom. It was an old-fashioned car, one that still had a door handle on the outside. She took hold of the handle with both hands and slid the door to the right. Toto-chan's heart was beating fast with excitement as she peeped inside. Oh ho! Studying here would be like going on a perpetual journey. The windows still had baggage racks above them. The only difference was that there was a blackboard at the front of the car, and the lengthwise seats had been replaced by school desks and chairs all facing forward. Toto-chan went in and sat down at someone's desk. The wooden chairs resembled those at the other school, but they were so much more comfortable she could sit on them all day. Toto-chan looked out of the window. She knew the train was stationary, but was it because the flowers and trees in the school grounds were swaying slightly in the breeze? It seemed to be moving. "I'm so happy," she finally said out loud. Then she pressed her face against the window and made up a song just as she always did whenever she was happy. Just at that moment someone got on. It was a girl. She took her notebook and pencil box out of her school bag and put them on her desk. Then she stood on tiptoe and put the bag on the rack. She put her shoe bag up there, too. Toto-chan stopped singing and quickly did the same. After that a boy got on. He stood at the door and threw his bag on the baggage rack as if he were playing basketball. It bounced off and fell on the floor. "Bad shot," said the boy, taking aim again from the same place. This time it stayed on. "Nice shot," he shouted, followed by, "No, bad shot," as he scrambled onto the desk and opened his bag to get out his notebook and pencil box. Eventually there were 9 pupils in the car. They comprised the first grade at Tomo Gakuen. They would all be traveling together on the same train. Going to school in a railroad car seemed unusual enough, but the seating arrangements turned out to be unusual, too. At the other school each pupil was assigned a specific desk. But here they were allowed to sit anywhere they liked at any time. After a lot of thought and a good look around, Toto-chan decided to sit next to the girl who had come after her that morning because the girl was wearing a pinafore with a long-eared rabbit on it. The most unusual thing of all about this school, however, was the lessons themselves. Schools normally schedule one subject, for example, Japanese, the first period, when you just do Japanese, then, say, arithmetic the second period, when you just do arithmetic. But here it was quite different. At the beginning of the first period, the teacher made a list of all the problems and questions in the subjects to be studied that day. Then she would say, "Now, start with any of these you like." As for the pupils, they loved being able to start with their favorite subject, and the fact that they had all day to cope with the subjects they disliked meant they could usually manage them somehow. So, study was independent, with pupils free to go and consult the teacher whenever necessary. The teacher would come to them, too, if they wanted, and explain any problem until it was thoroughly understood. Some copied letters of the alphabet, some drew pictures, some read books, and some even did calisthenics. The girl next to Toto-chan already knew all her alphabet and was writing it into her notebook. It was all so unfamiliar that Toto-chan was a bit nervous and unsure what to do. Just then the boy sitting behind her got up and walked toward the blackboard with his notebook, apparently to consult the teacher. She sat at a desk beside the blackboard and was explaining something to another pupil. Toto-chan stopped looking around the room and, with her chin cupped in her hands, fixed her eyes on his back as he walked. The boy dragged his leg, and his whole body swayed dreadfully. Toto-chan wondered at first if he was doing it on purpose, but she soon realized the boy could not help it. Toto-chan went on watching him as the boy came back to his desk. Their eyes met. The boy smiled. Toto-chan hurriedly smiled back. When he sat down at the desk behind her, it took him longer than other children to sit down. She turned around and asked, "Why do you walk like that?" He replied quietly, with a gentle voice that sounded intelligent, I had polio. Polio, Toto-chan repeated, never having heard the word before. Yes, polio, he whispered.